it's, you know, I mean, theoretically it's simple,
Yeah.
but it's getting the nuances and how I'm sort of approaching it. It is a little, you know, it can be just as tricky as playing some of the fast notes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really not going outside, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not playing anything. But, like, for you to take the next step into thinking about the chords, you already know the blues scale. So,
Right.
you know, think of it in kind of the major pentatonic. But always, like, you know, have that, that minor third accessible.
Yeah.
That's just a big blues thing.
Right.
If you're not doing it, you're doing it.
Yeah.
And going to the F, you know.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking the same way with each chord, but separating the chords. That's where I was explaining to this guitar player that I toured with. He's a great player, and you can tell he kind of throws some like smooth jazz influenced licks because he took lessons from a jazz teacher over in Spain. He's from Spain, anyway, but he's mainly a rock and blues guy. But what makes him, kind of sets him apart from a lot of guys that are trying to sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan, and because he lives in Austin, Texas, so he's like, every guitar player is trying to sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Right.
But what sets him apart is that he throws in more melodic, you know, sort of jazz influence and stuff.
Yeah.
But, so we were talking about, you know, jazz and rock, and I said, and it just hit me, and I said, well, jazz is basically, you're playing the chords as they come. You're not leading, you know, necessarily, you know, it's not your focus, it's not to lead into the next thing, you know, into the next chord. It's you're playing ideas with each chord, but with jazz, they all just kind of, it's like a smoother transition. It's all those leading tones into next things, and that allows you to be more melodic.
Yeah.
And so when you go back to playing rock and you have that jazz, you know, kind of influence, then it just makes, you know, playing more interesting stuff more accessible for rock.
Yeah.
But this blues is, you know, where rock sort of came. That's more of a rock type of thing.
Yeah.
Where, you know, and then from here, then that blues kind of went into jazz and then stayed in rock, you know, with simple formulas, you know, simple chords. So, so you can do a little bit of both, you know, knowing the chords and.
Yeah,
And
that's
knowing
what
what to
I, you know, when you're playing it.